All right, so the empowerment card for October 2nd is reconciliation. And this can also be for like whenever you're finding this. It doesn't exactly have to be for today, but it's whenever you need it. And it says, whenever the source, oh, whoopsies, whenever, remember the source of love. A loving action is all you need to begin the process. Reach out with a simple first step. So I wrote some notes about this because I feel like reconciliations, they can be great, especially like if it's a friend, a family member you haven't talked to in a while, like maybe somebody you knew years ago that you've been thinking about more and more and then you kind of want to reconnect with, or it could be like vice versa. They're thinking about you and want to connect with you, see how you're doing. I feel like there can be a lot that goes into reconnecting with somebody. And I feel like, first off, you need to have a conversation. You need to have, like, dish out everything that you've been feeling because sometimes I feel like a reconciliation can come from a selfish way. This isn't all the time, obviously, but sometimes it can be from like somebody feeling like they're missing out, that they did you wrong, or, vice versa. Of course, it goes both ways, like put yourself wherever you fit. But yeah, it can be, people can really feel like like I said, they're missing out on something and they want that energy back into their life. So that's why I said, like, if you're reconnecting with somebody, make sure that you are having that conversation with them where you are expressing your feelings and you're getting down to what happened between that time when you two weren't talking, when you two weren't in each other's lives. Like, what was the reason? What was, not to sound like Cardi B, but like, why did all of that happen? And like, where can you guys sort of like pick up and like bring each other into your current phase of life and into the future? And like also what each of you sees for the relationship going forward, whether it's like a friend, like I said, family member, somebody you dated that you want to get back together with, whatever it is. But you have to make sure that there are no lingering feelings of resentment, of anger, of hatred, of, ill intent or anything like that. Because I remember, like, speaking from personal experience, when I was with like my last boyfriend and we were on and off for years, and I remember thinking about like years after that, like each of those times we got back together, I was holding on to something based on who he was, in previous times that we were together. Like, I wasn't letting those things go. I was still holding on to that resentment. I was still holding on to those, hard feelings that I was still trying to work through on my own. And I wasn't being honest with myself in those times that, maybe we shouldn't have gone back together. Maybe, obviously in hindsight and through healing and growing, recognizing that maybe I should have been more honest with myself and been more honest with him about where, how that was going to play out and exactly how I was feeling. We weren't really, I feel like, having deep enough conversations, but that's another conversation. That's something completely different. But yeah, and make sure that you are practicing forgiveness for yourself, maybe in how you acted in the other, the past time you guys were together in your life together, and forgiveness for them for anything that could have happened. So again, you're not holding on to those heavy emotions when you don't need to be. And like, if you are holding on to those heavy emotions and you are like trying to reconnect with somebody just to hurt them, again, it can be something where it is just like unhealthy and toxic and it's coming from a, just a harsh mindset, just something where you are not really wanting, or them vice versa, wanting the best in the relationship. So it really takes being honest with yourself and what you actually want to see out of that relationship and how you want to see it into your life in the future. Another note I have here is to, I can't really read my own. Oh, yeah, have a genuine conversation. I already said that. Voice your feelings. Make sure you're listening to them too. Like, while you are expressing yourself, make sure that you are hearing them out and you are understanding. You guys are like coming to a compromise and seeing how you can help each other, making sure that your relationship is beneficial. I've talked about this before. Make sure that you are in relationships, friendships, all types of dynamics that are mutually beneficial for you, as beneficial for you as it is for them, so that you are hearing them out, making sure that you are being heard at the same time. You are holding space for each other, and all of those amazing things. Next, I have choose whether or not this person fits in your life and in your future, which corresponds with my message from yesterday, just about finding, the right people are going to love you for who you are, making sure that you are choosing the right people in your life that you see, fit into your current reality. how they align with your values and your goals, how they align with your future 10 years from now. Maybe they won't be in your future 10 years from now. Maybe they will still be there 5 years from now, but maybe you guys might, go separate ways again. But really thinking deep about how somebody is going to fit into your life. And again, deciding from there if you want to welcome them back in. And for my last note, I have speak from your heart. You will never miss out on anything or anyone if it is meant for you. They might come back to you years later. Again, we're talking about reconciliation, reconnecting with people, and speaking speaking how you feel authentically and genuinely, honestly, for who you are. And if there's something that you cannot forgive, make sure you're expressing that with the person. And if there's something that you want to change this time around, make sure you are telling that person exactly what it is so there's no confusion and you're not wasting your time, you're not wasting their time. Even though sometimes I feel like it might not always be a waste, but you know, you'll learn from it eventually. Like I've learned from things, and sometimes in hindsight, they might feel like a waste of time, but sometimes there are just things that we need to learn through and grow through in that moment. And sometimes we need to go through those experiences in order to take something from them. But yeah, just make sure if you are reconnecting with somebody, um, just that you are being honest with your feelings and you are also being there to hear their feelings as well, and figuring out if either of you truly want to reconnect with each other. Like sometimes I feel like that can be like so great, be like, oh, like I haven't seen this person in so long, like I really wonder how they're doing. But if you guys just don't connect on your values and your like stances in life and stuff like that, and maybe it just might not work out. Maybe it is like better as an idea than an actual relationship in real life. So I hope that was helpful for today, wherever you need it, whether this is October 2nd, 2025, or it's October 2nd, 2026 that you are listening to this. I hope it is helpful for wherever you are in your life. Make sure that you are being honest with yourself about how you're feeling and really being discerning. Sometimes being selfish about who you have in your life. Like sometimes it does come down to that, who you feel like aligns with you, who you feel like doesn't align with you, and moving accordingly. So that was that for today. I will be back with a message tomorrow. I hope you stick around, but bye for now, guys.